let's take a look at what my least favorite picks of the 2020 first round are. My number one my least favorite pick was the Seattle Seahawks at pick 27 taking Jordan Brooks. At the time of this pick, Patrick Queen, the LSU linebacker, was still available. Patrick Queen was my second rated linebacker in this class, and depending on if you want to put Isaiah Simmons as a safety or not, he would have been my number one. Now, I get it that the Seahawks look at different things when they're evaluating talent. They don't have the same board as everyone. Their first round picks, if they do one, tend to be kind of all over the place. So I get that they went with Jordan Brooks. And we had been hearing that Jordan Brooks was a potential first round pick. And after the draft, we had heard that people had viewed him as the next Bobby Wagner, and maybe I think that was Utah State's head coach, or former Utah State head coach, current Texas Tech coach, Jordan Brooks. Matt Wells said of Jordan Brooks that he was the next Bobby Wagner, and Matt Wells came from Utah State where Bobby Wagner was. But I just didn't see that on tape. When I think of Bobby Wagner, I think of this ultra athletic linebacker that's going sideline to sideline, and Jordan Brooks is a good athlete. He tested well at the combine, but when I watched him on tape, and I actually watched him a couple days before the draft just to kind of recheck, just because I had been hearing that there's this first round buzz on him, and I didn't have that high a grade on him, and I thought, am I missing something? So I went back and watched some more tape, and I reconfirmed what I saw earlier. I think I bumped him up in my rankings because he did, impress a little bit more than what I had initially seen. But I still saw a guy that, he can go sideline to sideline, but they never dropped him in the coverage. He was blitzing a lot. He was kind of floating, playing more of a spy role. And I've always thought teams show you what they feel in a player. And if they don't drop a guy into coverage, they don't feel he can cover. And you're not going to drop him into coverage every single pass. You want to take advantage of his pass rushing ability. Because Jordan Brooks does, in my opinion, be able to blitz and penetrate pretty well. But I thought, they dropped him here and there. He looked okay, but nothing special. So I didn't think he was a first-round pick. Compared to Patrick Queen, who, yes, he only has a 1 year as a starter, but look, we've had LSU guys come year after year after year, be 1 year starters, be complete studs, and go on and have success in the NFL just because that linebacker room is so loaded with talent. Patrick Queen, I thought, fit what the Seattle Seahawks wanted in a linebacker better than Jordan Brooks. They're a 4-3 under team. They want to run that cover 3, so you need that middle linebacker to kind of play in space and fly around. I thought Patrick Queen was a better fit for that. So not only did the Seahawks reach on this pick, take a guy that I had as like a 4th round pick. Now, it's just my rankings. But even that, he was a reach in the first round regardless. And not only did they reach for him, but they reach past Patrick Queen, who I think is going to be a better player, for Jordan Brooks, who I don't know if he fits well in their scheme. And maybe I'm going to be wrong, and I have in the past. But I just think this was one of the biggest reach, my least favorite pick in the 2020 NFL draft. First round. My second least favorite pick was at pick 19, the Las Vegas Raiders took Damon Arnett. Now, rumors of them taking a corner with that 19th pick were strong. We know that Mike Mayock wants physical players that come from strong, traditional powers, winning programs. He wants to build a winning culture in Las Vegas, formerly Oakland. And so, we saw that last year. He took Clelin Ferrell from Clemson. He took Mississippi State, Jonathan Abram, a program that had kind of been winning, maybe not at a high level, but they had built that program up. Josh Jacobs from Alabama. So we thought, okay, Trayvon Diggs is who I mocked to him. I thought physical, press man corner, comes from Alabama, perfect value. I thought A.J. Terrell from Clemson was another possibility. Instead, they go Damon Arnett out of Ohio State. Now, I'm not a Damon Arnett hater. I thought maybe that second round was going to be a good fit for him in his value. But he ends up going 19. And not only does he go 19, but if we look at the cornerbacks that were still available after him, we had the Noah Igbenogany go 30th. We had Jeff Gladney go 31st. So those are two guys that I had rated over Damon Arnett. Okay? Damon Arnett was the third cornerback taken, or fourth, sorry. Okay? Taken over Igbenogany, over Gladney, over Traven Diggs, over Christian Fulton. Okay? Guys that I thought were better players. I thought that a guy like Diggs would have been the perfect fit. Now, maybe Mike Mayock wanted A.J. Terrell. There had been some people like Daniel Jeremiah who had worked with Mike Mayock that linked A.J. Terrell to the Oakland Raiders. So maybe, he's physical, tall, fast. Maybe that's the route that they wanted to go. But to me, I didn't think it was a good value. A guy that, like I said, I thought that the second round would have been a good spot to take him. He was my 10th rated corner. Hey, I thought, that late second round probably would have been the perfect fit for him. I would have been fine with him taken in the early to mid. But at pick 19, I do not think that Damon Arnett is one of the 20 best players in this draft. I know, last year they took Clelin Ferrell fourth. He wasn't a top 5 player, but they felt that, hey, he fit perfectly with what they want to do. And they've got to see that, hey, once again, Ohio State, winning, built program. Physical player. No one's saying that Damon Arnett is not a physical player. That's not something that that's something that he played through. He played through injury, he played with toughness. It's just, once again, it's not good value. All right, my third least favorite pick in this first round is at pick 29, and it's the Tennessee Titans taking Isaiah Wilson, the right tackle out of Georgia. Now, I truly understand that this is a good schematic fit. The Tennessee Titans wanted a upgrade at right tackle. They lost Jack Conklin. I know they re-signed Dennis Kelly, a guy that had played on both left and right tackle for them. And they wanted a physical run blocker. And doing some shows with Titan Upload on YouTube, we had talked about potential tackles, and I talked about guys like Ezra Cleveland, Josh Jones, those type of guys being available, even Austin Jackson, at the end of round 1. And I thought, and in those discussions I said, I think their value at that late first is there, but I don't think they're good fits for the Titans, because the Titans want to play a physical running game. They want to run behind Derrick Henry. They want to pound the rock. Isaiah Wilson is a better fit. But the thing is, it's too early. He's a redshirt sophomore. He's he's played 2 years, but he's still raw. He's big. I get that he's a scheme fit. I get that, the reason why they wanted to take him is they thought, we're not going to see him. We don't have a pick till the end of the second round. We don't think he's going to be there because, the talk is that teams are looking to take him because of the upside. So they probably said, hey, I don't like this value. And, he's not going to be that pick, 62, 63, whatever it may be. So instead of trying to hope that he can get there, maybe trying to trade down and he's not available, they just said, hey, we like him. He fits what we want to do. We want to take him. But once again, it's just, you're also taking a guy, you just paid Dennis Kelly, good money at tackle. And I can tell you that doesn't matter because you need good tackles in this league. And sometimes having 2 or 3, 4 good 3 good tackles is huge, especially for a team that that runs the ball as well and wants to run the ball like the Titans. But to me, it's just, I get it. This is a scheme fit, and I'm going to be. It sounds like I'm maybe contradicting myself. I just didn't think the value was there, and it's hard to trade down. You got to have someone willing to move up, but I just don't like that pick. All right, pick 18 is my fourth least favorite pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, and that is the Miami Dolphins taking USC offensive tackle Austin Jackson. Now, I mentioned earlier that Jordan Brooks was one guy that I went back and I rewatched just because I've been hearing so much buzz on him. The same thing goes for Austin Jackson, a guy that I've been hearing first round buzz, top 20 buzz. I mean, even before the combine, Daniel Jeremiah of NFL Network said, hey, Austin Jackson's going to be probably a top 20 pick. Just get ready for it. And so even before he goes to the combine and puts up, good numbers and showcases his athleticism, we had been hearing this. Now, I went back and I watched him, and once again, the more tape that I saw, the more I liked him. But I still had him as kind of a second-round prospect. And he, like I said, ends up going in the top 20. He goes 18th overall, and he's the fifth tackle taken. I personally liked Ezra Cleveland better. I thought Ezra Cleveland is the same type of prospect, but better. I like Josh Jones better, who went, in the third round. Now, Jackson, he's got talent. Don't get me wrong. But he's got some flaws. His flaws seem correctable, but I think I could say the same thing for Ezra Cleveland. And you put him in the right scheme, you kind of mask some of those flaws, kind of improve him a little bit, he's going to be solid. And I love where Ezra Cleveland goes, but to me, could Austin Jackson have, they had a pick in, another pick in the first round. The Miami Dolphins, they had 3 first-round picks. They ended up picking 5. They ended up picking here at 18. And then they had their third. It was pick 30. They ended up trading down to make that pick. I think they traded with the Packers. And they took Noah Igbenogany. And I like Noah Igbenogany. But could you have taken someone better? At pick 18, could you have taken someone like, a Caleb Von Chasen? Could you have taken a wide receiver like Justin Jefferson? Maybe they just, once again, but maybe they really wanted A.J. Terrell. We had heard lots of teams liked A.J. Terrell. He ends up going, a few picks before them. And we didn't see a cornerback go until the end of the first round. And so maybe they just said, hey, we don't like the cornerbacks here. Damon Arnett excluded. And maybe we just, hey, let's just take this offensive tackle that we're high on, and we'll just wait until that 30th pick or 26th pick and see what we have for cornerbacks there. My fourth least favorite pick is the New York Giants at pick 4 taking Georgia offensive tackle Andrew Thomas. Now, it's nothing against Andrew Thomas. I'm kind of okay with them taking Andrew Thomas with the 4th overall pick. That doesn't bother me as much. If he was the clear top tackle and he went 4th, I'm okay with that. But the thing is he was my 4th rated tackle. Guys like Jedrick Wills was pretty much the consensus number 1 tackle in this draft. Mekhi Becton was better than him. Tristan Wirfs was better than him. In most people's opinion, Andrew Thomas was that 4th guy. And, and the thing is, Tristan Wirfs and Jedrick Wills, I think were better suited to do what the Giants wanted to do. Andrew Thomas is a left tackle from Georgia. He's not coming into the Giants right now to be their left tackle. He's going to come in and be their right tackle. Now, he does have experience. He started there as a freshman, redshirt freshman, when Isaiah Wynn was the left tackle, and then he moved over and started at left tackle the last 2 years. And he's got talent. But Jedrick Wills could come in, ready-made at right tackle. Boom, right away. Not only is he a better prospect, he could start on that right side where he's played his entire career. And then you got Solder, who you're not moving off the left tackle this year, and you're good to go. Tristan Wirfs, same thing. Right tackle, complete stud. Ends up being the 4th of these top 4 tackles taken. But he's also got left tackle experience. Andrew, even if you're planning, hey, we're going to put Andrew Thomas at right tackle year 1, move him over to the left side year 2, you're still having to make that transition. And we know in today's NFL, right tackle is just as important as left tackle. There's no difference anymore. It's not like, hey, the athletic guy on the left-hand side, the blind side blocker, the right side is your power run guy. We're going to run behind him. Teams are putting their best pass rushers on that right side. And so you basically need, in essence, 2 old-school left tackles. And a guy like Tristan Wirfs, a guy like Jedrick Wills, I thought would have been a better fit, put in on that right side. They're ready to go. Andrew Thomas has had experience, so it's not like this is totally foreign to him. But he's still going to have a little bit of a learning curve as he's trying to be a rookie. So I think Maybe the Giants thought, hey, it's an uncertain time. We couldn't physically work these guys out. We know that Andrew Thomas is plug and play. Everybody throughout this process said Andrew Thomas is, plug and play, day one starter, give you a solid guy. I get that. And maybe that's what they're feeling. But not only, I could say the same thing for Jedrick Wills on that right-hand side. Put him in there, day one starter, good to go. And you don't have to worry about the transition from moving from left to right. So I thought the Giants, once again, kind of dropped the ball on this pick. And who knows, Andrew Thomas, I think, is going to be a very good NFL offensive tackle. But I think they could have had a better one with Jedrick Wills or Tristan Wirfs.